For people out there listening who don't know what ayahuasca is, for me, I say it's this amazing brew you can find in the jungle that allows you to step outside of your body, reevaluate your life. Some people consider it to be 30 years of therapy in a night. Other people say it's cured their depression, anxiety. Some people say it's just given them one hell of a scary night. Other people say they believe it's a way of nature really fighting back. And some people think it's actually a communication tool to communicate with God or a higher source. In your opinion, based on all your experience with ayahuasca, what is it?
Well, I'm fairly new to ayahuasca. I waited 10 years or more to try ayahuasca in a traditional context because I think that's important. It has centuries of history and it's used in a ceremonial context with a curandero or a shaman who holds the space because there's a lot of it connects you with different dimensions or different modes of thinking, and those can be dangerous or scary, so you need a good guide. And it's a combination of a vine, which is known as ayahuasca or yahe, with a number of admixture plants, mainly chacruna, which is a bush. So how the native peoples of the Amazon discovered among the tens of thousands of vines and tens of thousands of bushes that you should combine these two plants and it will lead you to these spiritual other dimensions is amazing in itself.
I
And
mean,
the
it's not
fact
like
that the
they
medicine
were.
is calling to people now and it has something to offer to the modern world. It connects people with nature, it connects people with their bodies and with their thoughts, with their memories, and it allows people to process in a new way. So I think it's a very important medicine worth protecting and enhancing. And not everyone has a visual experience when they take ayahuasca. It is a physical purge. It's not a party drug. It can be scary. It can be uncomfortable. You reconnect with your body in amazing and sometimes uncomfortable ways. And there's vomiting and diarrhea. And so people should be prepared.
Yeah, I remember thinking that when I went down to my center, we're sitting around this ceremony house that looked like a yurt, and there's just these yoga mats, and next to them are these buckets. And I hadn't read a ton about ayahuasca before I went because I just had a calling to go down to the Amazon and try it. I was told, my heart was just telling me it would help me. And I remember thinking, okay, why are there three toilets in the bathroom and all of these buckets everywhere? And then within 20 minutes of everyone going up and drinking, you just heard the most violent vomiting and people running to the bathroom. And
But it's cathartic.
yeah,
Other people's vomiting is a sort of purge for the collective, for the group.
that's
But
what some of the shamans called it, getting well, because you're actually pulling out your toxins and all this negative energy. And that's your way your body's kind of
yeah,
just getting rid of the
and
crap.
I experienced black ayahuasca and it was much stronger, came on really fast. It kind of crept up through my cerebral cortex and
Can
before
you
I
describe for us what happened? It's hard to put an ayahuasca experience into words because it's very much like a dream. When you
hmm
come out of it, you're like, how the hell do I explain that to anybody? But
yeah,
uh,
it's
but
kind
what
of like
happened?
it's kind of like origami in a way. We're here in three-dimensional or four-dimensional space if you add time. But physics says that there are multiple dimensions sort of tucked in within these dimensions that we see. And ayahuasca in a way opens those up and it feels almost like you're passing through doorways, like between life and death into these other soul dimensions or mental dimensions or beyond space and time. So the black ayahuasca just um, it was much more visual and much stronger. It came on suddenly like a kaleidoscope within 20 minutes of drinking it. Whereas I had experienced cielo or yellow ayahuasca before, which came on maybe after an hour.
And so you started seeing a kaleidoscope of shapes, and then what happened next?
Well, the man who gave it to me gave me the cup and said, "Are you sensitive to the medicine?" And I said, "I don't really know. This is only my fourth time drinking ayahuasca, and I think my ego kind of said, "Okay, you need to protect yourself," because the man that gave it to me said he liked to see people's egos sort of pop out of their heads.
Oh
And
no,
I,
that's never what you want to hear after drinking a
no,
psychoactive.
in the jungle on a dirty mat that's in a maloca. Um, so I saw like sort of psychedelic colored, like rainbow colored cobras or snakes. Like if you've ever seen those videos of the defanged cobras, like hitting a baby, striking a baby on the head in India, that's sort of what it felt like. And it felt like it was sort of penetrating my ego. But I had purged before that. I think that was part of my ego response. Um, but then I drank another cup and I got to a deeper level, like a cleaning level, and relaxed into the space. I mean, the main thing I think is to not freak out. Just know that you'll be fine. There are some contraindications if you're taking SRI drugs. You should be off them. If you have serious heart conditions, you should get checked out before you drink ayahuasca. If you're a schizoid personality type, there may be a chance of getting stuck in a more schizophrenic or shamanic sort of worldview. So there are a number of other drugs. You can find lists on the internet.